You should build your arsenal, I would say, honestly, probably 80%, like you said, Jeff. I'll agree with that, with a company that you find rolls very, very good for you. But you better not be closed-minded to other companies, and if you see a good ball roll down the lane, you know what? Trying it out, or at least seeing where it can fit in for you, can raise your eyebrows, and you go, ooh, maybe they've turned the corner, or maybe they've got some good stuff, and I need to get one or two.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing I'm going to tell anybody for building an arsenal, and I used to watch it time in and time out again when players would come into my shop, you need to build an arsenal like a set of golf clubs. Folks, do not go into your pro shop and keep asking them for the latest, greatest, biggest hookingest ball on the market. Because the next thing you know, you open up your 2 triple ball bags, and you've got driver, 3 wood. Where are all the irons? So, build your arsenal accordingly. Make sure that you fill in the gaps, and then you will find out that you will stand to rise to the occasion many more times than not.
Very, very good advice, and that is very true. When you go to the pro shops, everyone's looking for the latest and greatest and looking at to either match up on league or the house shot or what they're doing. But then they go bowl a tournament and they open up that bag and go, I'm in trouble. Very true, very good advice. And I said the comfort zone, very important to be comfortable within your arsenal. And but you don't want to be so closed-minded that you don't leave yourself options. And,
don't ever get complacent.
Yep, good question. Very good question. Rachel Vaughn posted on our Facebook page, says when she bowled the World Series, she was too busy to do her homework. Now she's home watching Extra Frame, and it's distracting me from her homework. That's not good. So we can give you a note, Rachel. You can take to your teacher. I don't know how good it'll do you, but we'll give you a note that you were distracted by us.
Rachel.
They should give you extra time for your homework. But she had a blast out here this week. Bowled really well. She was the girls' teen masters winner from New Jersey, and Gary Beck's teen masters. Her and Zakatori both bowled the World Series of Bowling, and it absolutely did very, very well.
Eric Forkel with a flat 7-9.
Yeah, he's not very happy about that shot, especially in a key situation there. But Jeff, yes, I had the opportunity to see Rachel and meet and talk with her as well. Really super young lady. Rachel, obviously you were out here. You enjoyed yourself last week. I hope that you learned a lot and you can put it to good use. But, my dear, unfortunately, it is time to get back to hitting the books a little bit. Your books, your schoolwork, it has to come first.
Yeah, you can always bowl.
Yes, bowling will be there forever and a day. So please put your mind to the test there. And by all means, you are welcome to come to any one of our tour stops at any time you want. And God knows that we're going to see you in a couple of months when we're back on the East Coast for the U.S. Open bracket, New Brunswick at Carolier Lanes.
Can't wait for that. One of my favorite places.
Would that be because it's in your backyard, Jeff?
Well, it used to be my backyard. Now my backyard's Florida. So another former Northeasterner relocated down to Florida. God's doorstep.
Yeah. My mom just moved down there this week.
Beautiful place. I'll tell you what, I wish I did it a long time ago. I really wish I did, but you know what? I'd still like to come back. I miss the food. That's about all I miss, but yeah, I miss the food.
Jeff, come on now.
Yeah, like I missed any, right?
Yeah.
As soon as I get off that plane, I am running to Highland Park to White Rose as fast as I can, and you know it.
Your priority's set.
So does Aguiar knows it too. I am firing in some White Rose the minute I get to NJ.
Well, it looks like the Martin Larson-Paul Moore match is virtually a lock. These guys are going to be moving on, it looks like, in the round of 8.
An act of Congress may stop that, but I do see your point behind that.
Yeah, Blanchard just left a 10-pin that on a double that's probably going to leave him short.
Yeah, his partner opened in the 7th frame there, so they are down at least 50, if not 60 pins with 3 frames to go. That's not very conducive.
And Kim just made the difficult 3-6-9-10 to keep them well ahead in this Game 5 over Forkel and Congro.
You see Mika give it to Forkel after his last shot, too.
Yeah, that was a little Tommy Jones action.
A little in your face right there.
Mika like no lefty.
Lefty killer.
Does that rack on 16 look a little funky to you on the left side, Parker? Maybe that Could have helped cause that 7-9.
It could have. It does look a little tight. I'll say, fortunately for me, I'm not bowling on it right now, but that could have had something to do with Eric's 7-9. No question there. Eric's ball actually looks like it's rolling out a little bit. It's checking up and stopping. Maybe good, at least conducive-wise to the pocket. But when the ball does not have enough energy going through the pins, if it's losing energy a little bit too quick, well, unfortunately, some subtle things or bad things are going to happen. So if it was rolling out high flush, I'd say hats off to Eric. He could literally keep continuing to mow them over, but it's checking up a little bit too soon, losing some energy, and, well, that's probably what happened at that one given shot there. With
that shot is actually the difference in the match now, too. Because
oh, my God, yeah.
Mika has the front 5. Eric has 3-bagger open strike. And Eric's team's down 40 now.
We got one more Facebook question before we're going to not be able to take it because we're going to get into the late frames here. But Mitchell Cosgrove says, thanks, Parker. Just one more for you. He says he finds himself struggling on long house patterns compared to a short house pattern. I'm up the boards bowler, and my bowling balls don't react that well. What should I do to max the reaction?
Well, obviously, it already sounds like, Mitchell, that you, first of all, thanks for the question, but it sounds like you keep your angle shut down pretty good. You're up the boards bowler. That being said, you got to continue to look forward to doing that, especially in the beginning when they're freshly oiled. You need to keep your angle shut down. You need to keep your target in front of you accordingly. Now, as the lanes break down, obviously we all know that the lanes are tight to begin with. As the lanes break down, yes, you're going to need to move a little bit deeper on the lane, therefore opening up your angle a little bit. I would try to turn your hand a little bit sideways so that you can get around the ball a little bit. You have to make it tip in order to have a little impedance to knock out the corner pin, because if it doesn't, well, like you just seen Derek Forker leave that 7-9, that's going to be a common occurrence for more shots than not if you're playing that deep inside line. But soften up your speed just a little bit. It'll give your ball a chance to turn over, and you can find out that, well, it will go through the pins.
Yeah, just like anything, if you're bowling good on a shorter pattern, your ball's seeing more friction. So if your style and how you roll the ball likes that more friction.
Sorry, Jeff.
And then you get on a longer pattern and your ball doesn't read it well, you want to simulate that your ball sees more friction. Whether it means you roll it slower, like Parker said, a little more surface maybe, a little more aggressive layout, but your ball needs to see the pattern sooner. So if you like friction and then you get on a heavier volume, longer pattern, your ball needs to see friction sooner and simulate that a little bit, and your scores will go up. But good question. Thanks for all the questions today as we are getting into the 8th frame in the Haugen and the Bahrain match. So that will be the last question for this round, but we will be back with the next round at 2 p.m. Eastern. And we will take your questions again at that time. But Parker won't be here because he'll be down there bowling.
Well, hopefully I'll be down there bowling not just this next round, but a couple more rounds to go after that.
With your buddy, Mr. Aguiar, Pak, and the Ka.
Yes, to make sure that is correct. That is Aguiar.
Aguiar. I had it right.
Well, now his wife will be happy with you, Parker.
I hope so.
That's all right.
I hope so.
You know what? You have not gotten there till I have obliterated your name at some point in time, so it's it just happens.
If you know how many variations there are of my name, oh my goodness.
I'll get you a scoreboard as we got a split up there on the right lane. It's going to affect this match. Tell you what, let me take this out of double box and we'll just get on the Bahrain match. And
yeah, that's really the only match that's